Hey everybody, welcome back to Silky Pixels. Thank you so much for tuning in to this video. As y'all can hear, I got my energy back. I was so sick, but that's the photo that we're going to be doing today. Everybody said yes to me doing a story time about some stuff that happened on IMVU. So that's what I'm gonna do today. Today I'm gonna be telling y'all a story time about this man that I dated on IMVU, and he was a creep, and he had like a pregnancy kink or whatever. But he was like 30, and he was talking to like a bunch of like young girls. So basically, like, I met him in the chat room, and I was just like room jumping. This was in like 2020. This is in like 2020, and basically, like, the dude I usually talk to on there, he had disappeared. I'm gonna do a story time about him too because he bogus. I'm gonna tell y'all about him too. But yeah, so the dude I usually had talked to disappeared, whatever. So I met him in the chat room. I thought he was okay looking, so I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, this is just something fun to do anyway. So basically, like, we get to talking, and he tell me that he prefer to like talk to people in real life. Like, he don't like just talking to people on the game. He want to know how people look and stuff like that. And it never gave ugly. So I'm like, okay, like, we can talk. Like, so he sent me his Snapchat and I sent him mine. And y'all, this man told me he was like, he told me he was 24, 25. This man looked every bit of 30. He looked every bit of 30. And on top of that, he said he had 4 kids in real life, but he was always on the game. And it's just like, how do you have 4 kids in real life, but you're always on the game? Like, something's not adding up. So basically, like, I'm talking to this man, and as I'm talking to him, he telling me how he got like 6 kids on IMVU. He got a baby on the way on IMVU, and I'm just like, okay, but I'm not really like taking him like serious or nothing like that. Like, this is just something to do. So I'm just like, okay, that's cool, whatever. Yeah, this man was so manipulative. He had me role playing a fucking pregnancy, and I told myself I was never going to do that shit again. But he basically like was just like, but I don't understand how he was getting money, because the nigga, like, the man, he was like always online. He was grown. It's like, how you getting money to steadily spend on the game and you don't spend no time off the game whatsoever? Like, you're always on here. Like, I'll just like in the middle of the night just get online to check, and just he'd be online in the chat room. You're like, what are you doing with your life? Like, what? Okay, I love that for you. Anyways, so yeah, basically he had me role play a pregnancy. He told me he wanted to have a baby with me and stuff like that. And I'm just like, okay, like, I guess, like, it wasn't really that crazy. I didn't really have much to do, and this was during the wintertime in Chicago. Like, if anybody ever been to Chicago, wintertime Chicago is boring. Ain't nothing going on. Like, so I'm like, okay, fine, like, let's do it. So we go through the whole play pregnancy, and I'm buying clothes, and we got a doctor and everything. And the more I talk to him, the more, excuse my F right, y'all. I don't want to pause, so I'm gonna just keep going. But yeah, the whole time I'm just realizing like how kind of rude he is. Like, he rude. He got all these different babies and baby mamas on the game, and it was a little strange how you're this old and you just doing all this on the game. Like, it's strange. Like, I'm not even 30 yet, and I know that man was 30. He had to be maybe even older, but he was like one of those Latino men who had, like, the ponytail and the lining and stuff like that. And them, they just think they the finest shit walking. So I'm like, okay, like, I guess, like, I just rolled with it. But one day, like, I'm online, And this girl inboxed me and she tell me that she was like in a chat room with him and he asked her to have his baby. And I was just like, oh, that's weird. And I confronted him about it, and he basically told me like the girl was lying, that he didn't know her, she was liking all of his posts and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, like I'm not really mad because at the end of the day it's a game, but at the same time, like, that's weird. But I just let it go. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, and mind you, like all this is like kind of during me like finding my way with doing edits and stuff like that. So I wasn't really even interested in like dating for real. He was just something to do when I was bored. But basically, this man, he gets to talking to other girls and stuff because I'm not online like that. I have a job and everything at the time, so I'm not online every second of the day like he is. So he's online doing stuff. And basically, like, one of the girls told me she was 16 and we're like, hello? 16? Like, you're a baby. What is going on? And then she starts calling me B-word this, B-word that, and stop talking to my man. This is my baby daddy. Da, da, da. And I said, oh, no, this is not happening on my page. Like, we're gonna let this go. Like, this is gonna be the end of it. So I cut him off. And I basically told him, like, get lost, leave me alone. Like, I don't want nothing to do with this. This is ghetto. Like, this is weird. You're grown and you steady talking to this girl. So basically, me and him, we stopped talking or whatever. Well, I stopped talking to him. He's making like so many like new accounts, trying to get in contact with me, tell me he's sorry, all this other stuff. So he posts on his page, he's like, Moo, I'm so sorry. Please contact me. Da, da, da. And you just see a whole bunch of like, I want to say like 6 or 7 different young girls on his page. And you can tell that they're young by their avatars and how they typing and stuff like that. And they like, oh, you crashing out and da 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 da. Over her, they didn't say crashing out, but you know, they just like, you doing all this over here. I'm pregnant with your baby and stuff like that. And that's when I knew it was time for me to stop dating on IMVU. That is when I knew it was time for me to just get online, take my little pictures, and get offline. Like, that's when I knew it was time, because why am I running into these crazy people? Like, so yeah, basically he was a creep. He was at least at the minimum 30. And he was talking to a bunch of online girls, and it was so weird, like, because he looked grown and he wasn't ugly, but he looked tired. Like, I don't know how to word that exactly, but he just looked very tired, like he worked the job and he didn't. But he didn't work the job because he was always online. It was so crazy. But yeah, he was a creeper, and I hope that man isn't still playing IMVU and talking to little girls, because if he is, and if he does have 4 kids in real life, they need to check on the kids, like, legitimately. Like, 4 kids in real life and you're always on the game. What was his name? Oh my gosh, I think his name was like Mozzie or Mike, or it started with an M and there was an I in there somewhere. I'm not sure, but he was crazy. And he also like blew my Snapchat up. Like, he was calling me back to back on Snapchat, like we were actually like in a relationship, like breaking up. He was so weird. He made another Snapchat trying to contact me, and yeah, it was creepy. And this is like around the time, like I don't know, it's 2020. Like, ever since I was younger though, I've always dated in real life. I've never like took a IMVU boyfriend serious like that, like to the point where I'm cutting off dudes that I talk to in real life because it's a game. Like, no, absolutely not. You what? I can't even touch you. Like, absolutely not. What? He basically like, yeah. And also, matter of fact, when we met, he told me that if we connected in real life, I couldn't talk to nobody but him. And at the time, I'm like 21 years old, baby. I'm outside. I'm not, what? Are you crazy? Absolutely not. Oh my gosh, I wish I knew his handle. I just know he's somewhere online still creeping on young girls. If y'all run across a man with that same MO, run from him. Run from him. I'm telling y'all, these men are creepy on there. And since we got time, let me double story time this. Let me tell y'all about the man who tried to role play DV. Yeah. So basically, his name was Ahmed. I'll never forget his name. His name was Ahmed. He probably gonna cuss me out if he see this. I don't care. He was angry. He was so angry, and he was very like demanding. Like he kind of like low key forced me to give him my number so we could talk in real life and stuff like that. And then when I seen how he looked, I'm like, oh, I know why you're angry. Like this is why you're angry because you know. That I'm not gonna call him ugly, but anyways, yeah, let's just say he had big hands. Okay, but anyways, yeah, he was strange. He was like just blowing money all the time on credits. He was telling me he was like a nurse or something in real life, and he kept sending me pictures and stuff like that. Like I would check my phone randomly on a Tuesday, and he just sent me a picture of him standing in the mirror with a checkered shirt on. It was weird. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. I'm like, what's going on? Like, why you keep sending me pictures? Like, so basically, the dude that I said, that I usually talk to on there or whatever, he basically came back while me and this man was like not talking or whatever. And mind you, like I was telling him my business. I'm not gonna lie. Like I was telling him about the stuff I had going on with my baby daddy and all this other stuff because I was just, messed up, and he kind of threw all of that back in my face once we start talking. But let me start from the beginning since I got hella time left, so I'm just gonna yap. But anyways, I met him in a public chat room. What was the name of that chat room? It was called The Trap or something like that. It's not, I don't think it's open anymore. But yeah, it was called like The Trap or something like that. And he was in there arguing with a chick when I met him. Like he was in there like full on arguing with a chick, and that should have been my first red flag. But sometimes red flags they don't alarm people until it's too late. So yeah, he just like he invited me to like a private chat room or something like that. It looked like a living room. It was a little bland, but excuse me. But yeah, so he invited me there, and he was just telling me how much he loved my edits and how good my avatar looked and all this other stuff. And I'm just like, okay, like we could talk. And then he just started telling me real life shit he had going on, like, oh, I'm in school for this and I'm working on this and da da da. So I'm just like, okay, like that's interesting. He had a little bit of an interesting conversation. So I'm like, okay, like I can work with this a little bit. So we get close or whatever, and we post up on Instagram after like talking for like a month or two, and everything seems to be going good. But he just was very jealous. Like if someone was to like comment on my post and tell me I look good, or I'd just be like randomly telling like, ooh, somebody slid in my DM. Who are they? What's they at? Da, da, da. It's just like, it's not that serious. Like, so, basically, like, I had, the dude that I was talking, that I usually talk to, his name is Carter. I posted him on here, but, he's weird too, anyways. But, yeah, so he came back around, and I didn't want to really talk to him like that anymore because shit was getting weird. He was just very, like I said, aggressive, very demanding, stuff like that. And at first, it was a little attractive, because Toxic was popping back then. But after a while, it just got a little more, and I wasn't really entertained. So I just was like, okay, well, so-and-so is back on VU, and I kind of want to just talk to them and da-da-da. Like, it wasn't nothing mean-spirited or nothing like that. So, yeah, he, like, proceeds to, like, role-play himself punching me and choking me. And, I was, like, taken aback. I paused for a second, and I'm like, what? Like, who does this? Like, this is strange. This is strange behavior. So, I just leave the chat room. I just leave the chat room. Because I don't know if I've ever said this before, but I've experienced that in real life before, and it's not pretty, it's not funny, and it's not something that should be played with. Just how I feel about y'all role playing miscarriages, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. It's not okay, and it's not interesting. It's actually weird. It's actually creepy, and it needs to stop. But anyways, yeah, I just left the chat room, and I was like, absolutely not. Like, I'm not doing this. Like, what? I know I've been through some stuff in real life, but I would never sit on a game and allow someone to like put their hands on me in an aggressive manner. Like, that's weird. So I left the room, and per usual narcissistic stuff, get the DMing me, sending me gifts, apologizing, trying to call my actual phone number. And I was very taken aback, considering that, the whole conversation was me breaking up with them. So it's like, why are you calling me trying to apologize? Like, if that's what it was going to be, then you should have just left it as it was. Because then you just kind of start embarrassing yourself a little bit. Especially when the shit that you did was wrong. Like, just leave me alone. But he just kept apologizing and all this other stuff. And, at the time, I had a second account. What was it called? It was called Ghetto Glitter or something like that. It's still up. If anyone want to buy it. I'll sell it for like $5. But anyways, yeah. So I just left him alone, and I honestly, I just logged on to my other account to kind of escape all the texts and stuff like that, because as I blocked him, he logged into another account and started messaging me too, which is weird. Stop doing that. That's strange. But yeah, I just tried to leave it alone. I didn't really want nothing to do with it. It triggered me so bad, y'all. Like, I didn't cry or nothing like that, but it was weird to say the least. And I hope that this man is not out here abusing other women, because if someone can do that in a game, imagine what they're doing in real life to the women that they actually date, if they're actually dating women in real life. Because 9 times out of 10, like, a lot of the men on that game, they have never touched a vagina in their real life. That's why they spend so much money on the triggers and the what's the word I want to use? The body, the head, the skins, everything. They just want everything to look sealed, because in real life, like, they're not getting attention. And I think it's kind of messed up that someone can like log onto a game and kind of just take advantage of vulnerable people like that. Especially like the last dude I talked about. He was strange, and I hate that, like, it was so many young girls he was talking to, and I didn't really like get a chance to be like, hey, like, this isn't normal. Like, a man his age shouldn't be talking to someone that's your age. Like, even if you're 19, 20 years old, like, even if you're technically, legally a consenting adult, your mind is not there. You should not be talking to somebody who's that old. Like, absolutely not. Like, that's not okay. So, but yeah, that man who tried to roleplay DV, he was strange. And then he like came back trying to be friends and stuff like that. And I want to say maybe like 6 months later, maybe like 6 months later. And at first I was cool with it, but then as I started thinking, I'm just like, no, like, I'm kind of good. So when he messaged me, the last time he messaged me, he told me, what he said? He said, you could never come back. And I'm just like, okay, like, I kind of don't want to. No, I really don't want to. Like, and I was like, I never tried to come back in the first place. Like, we were just buddies. Like, it never gave off to be your girlfriend again, ever after that. I wish I could. I'm gonna try and find a picture that I posted with this man, because let me tell y'all, I don't know if his avatar looked the same, but he was a strange individual, and I hope that man has gotten some type of help. Especially trying to prey on young girls online, like, because he wasn't young either, y'all. I forgot to reiterate that. He wasn't young. He looked older too. Like, I think I've only talked to one person on that game who was the actual age that they said they were, like legitimately, and like wanted to share that type of background information. So people, so I wouldn't think he was a creep or anything like that. He ended up to be, I wouldn't say he was weird, but what's the word I want to use so I don't talk down this man? He was insecure. He was very insecure, but he was insecure for a reason, because I was cheating on him. But yeah, y'all, just, oh my god, these men on VU. I'm gonna tell y'all about the one that I have been talking to for a while. He lied about so much stuff. Like, when I tell y'all I need a hour-long video on him, I am not kidding. Like, he's a piece of work. And I don't even know where he is right now, but he's a piece of work. So yeah, but anyways, yeah, those two dudes were the worst experiences I've ever had on IMVU. Honestly, the dude who tried the roleplay DV, I honestly was about to stop playing the game completely after that. Like, he really put a bad taste in my mouth. He honestly kind of just made me a little weary. Like, whenever I was talking to someone on there, I was just very hesitant about sharing a lot of personal things with them, because I was just like, no, like, absolutely not. Like, because I don't know, some shit is just strange, y'all. Some shit is just really strange. I hope I can find that damn picture. I'm gonna post that on my Instagram story, and I wish somebody would say something to me, him in particular, because I see he's still active on VU. Y'all stay away from that man. Anyone who say that their name is Ahmed, y'all stay away from him. He is crazy. But yeah, that's the end of my story time and my yap session. So this is the finished picture, y'all. Thank y'all so much for watching and listening to my yap session. Leave me a comment down below if you have any questions about the edit. Thank y'all so much. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.